Macaulay, and today we are going to make vegetable lo mein. I have to take my lunch to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna make it tonight. All you need for this recipe is cabbage, carrots, Chinese egg noodles or lo mein noodles, garlic, ginger, sesame oil, soy sauce, and brown sugar. If you want to, you can use some other flavors like maybe lime juice or paprika or cayenne pepper to add a little bit more depth of flavor, but that's what I usually stick with. So first thing we're gonna do is start cooking our noodles, and for that you just basically follow the directions on the box. And while the water boils, I'll start cutting up vegetables. So I've seen other recipes for lo mein that use things like red peppers in it, and while I like those vegetables, I have a weird thing about textures where I need to have specific textures with specific foods. So like fried rice, I like my carrots cut up really small, and I like peas and I like corn with it. And with noodles, I like longer things. I don't know, I just don't like the texture of peppers with noodles. So what I do is, for what I'm gonna do with these carrots, it might actually be better for you to have like bigger carrots that you can cut into strips. But we just have baby carrots for now. And usually I'll also add some spinach and kind of add that in there. But we don't have spinach from today. So as you can see, I'm just cutting my carrots in half and then in half again to make 4 little strips of carrots. Okay, so my carrots are ready. And so what I do with cabbage is similar to what you would do with an onion, where I cut it this way and that way and then down to make sure I have fine strips. So this is what our veggies look like, and now we're gonna make sauce. So in a small bowl, you're going to combine your sesame oil, your soy sauce, your ginger, and your brown sugar. There are like actual measurements for these. At this point, I just kind of eyeball it because I made it a couple of times. And you can actually do that if you like your sauce to be a little bit more salty. You would add more soy sauce than is recommended. Or if you like that like savory umami flavor, you would add more of the sesame oil, and then if you want it to be sweeter, obviously sugar. But basically what you want to do is do majority soy sauce. I don't know if you can see that. And then a little bit of sesame oil, not too much, just that much. Because that's a very powerful flavor. A bit of ginger, not that much. And then some brown sugar. So that's about what you want it to look like. And you can add more or less of each ingredient. Just mix it together. And then taste it. I'm gonna put more ginger in. Yeah, that tastes good. The way I measure out noodles, so I'll try to explain this in a way that makes sense, but basically if you can curl your pointer finger around it, that's enough. So that's typically what I go with for noodles, but if you want more than that, you could do something more like that. And if your noodles don't fit in the pot right away like they did there, don't break them because you want that long, really slurpable noodle. So just wait until the part that's in the water gets soft, and then you can start stirring it and it will bend and fit into your pot. So next we're going to start with the veggies. So take your sesame oil again, put a little bit in the pan. I did about a quarter size. Then spread it all around. If you don't have a brush, like I didn't have one at school, so I just kind of did this trippy thing. But we have a brush at home, so we'll use that. And we'll spread that all around, just so that you're covered. And keep an eye on your noodles so that they don't boil over, like mine almost just did. And next we're just going to dump all of our vegetables into this pan, and we'll turn it on. But you want to do the carrots first because they take a little bit longer to cook. So for this you want kind of a medium setting. For this you want more medium-high, so cook fast. And the good thing about vegetables is you don't have to worry about food safety as much. So you can really cook it to your liking. Like if you want them to be a little more on the al dente or the crunchier, harder side, you can cook them less. If you like really soft, really well cooked carrots, you would cook them more. I like mine to be a little bit crunchier, so I won't leave them on for very long. And you just want these to kind of stay moving so that they don't get cooked too much in one part or burn or something. So for the rest of this video, I had to get rid of the audio because my mom and my brother came downstairs and started talking to me, which isn't a bad thing, but it just means that I have to do a voiceover for the rest of the video. And here I'm checking my noodles, and the way that I know that they're done is literally just to look at them and see if they look like they're ready to eat. And you can see here I'm just adding in the cabbage poorly and stirring it in with the rest of the carrots. Once that's cooked down a little bit, you want to add in your garlic. You want to add your garlic last, definitely very last, because garlic burns super quickly. And here I have a little glass jar that my mom had at school. I used these squeezy bottles that just had pre-minced garlic. I prefer to do that rather than chopping up my own fresh garlic because I'm lazy. I let my noodles sit in the pot for a little bit, but here I took them out to strain them. And next you're just going to dump your sauce all over your vegetables and mix that around to really incorporate it really well. They look to be about done, so I turned off the heat and then just continued to mix them together in the pan. The thing about turning off the heat is they're going to continue to cook even after you turn it off, and even after you transfer any food to a plate, it's going to continue to cook for a little bit, so I tend to take things off a little bit before they're ready. And then you just want to dump in your noodles and continue to stir it to really get that sauce in there. This is basically it. I thought I recorded it, but I somehow lost the video, but just at the end as a garnish, I like to dump some sesame seeds on top. My cheeks are so pink from cooking. So that's how I make my vegetable lo mein. I find that the cabbage is really nice because it adds a really nice crunch, and then the carrots aren't too different in texture from the noodles, so that's how I like to eat it. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. This was kind of a short video. It's a fairly easy recipe once you get the hang of it. Thank you!